Hey guys, welcome back to Pistonhead Productions. My name is Jacob, and on this episode we are going to be getting ready to go drifting. So I'm going to take you through kind of my prep, everything that I do to get ready. I've got some repairs to do, nothing major. The tow rig needs to have the airbox and fender well put back in, as well as the glow plugs wired up. I have a head unit that I would like to put in it, because currently it's got nothing. So I'd like to put one in there. I've got one that'll fit. The drift chicken is pretty much ready to go. We got to mount a bunch of tires, and I've got some small things we're going to go do at Dunlop Automotive. And the trailer needs a new shackle.
The shackle.
Introducing the shackle.
So that's pretty much it. I'm going to get things started with the Suburban, so I can move that. Then I can move the trailer to do the shackle.
I got some shackles in the back.
And yeah, so airbox has got to go in and wire up some glow plugs because I broke the wires a while ago. Okay, so I got the trailer moved. Truck is up and running, but we'll get to that. I just wanted to show you what was happening here with this shackle. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there's nothing connecting the old axle. Oh, there's that little plate. So to cut that off, jack this up, and put the new one on. Okay, so that's all off of there now. Little dude, help me out. What's up? So, detached. I'm gonna take the truck for a quick drive because I haven't really taken it for much of a drive at all. Yes, no, I haven't. So the shackle's done on here.
A jackal! Jackal! It's a jackal! It looks like a jackal! Jackal! Jackal!
Truck is mostly done. I've got to put the fender well back in. In the meantime, I'm gonna use this to move some wood. I got all that wood's got to go on the other side of the house, so I'm gonna pull the Suburban out, move some vehicles around, and go from there. Okay, time to take this out for a quick test drive. Main thing I'm looking for is what the boost gauge is gonna do, although it's in like no place that I can really look at it, but let's see what happens. First test drive. Oh man, I miss driving this truck already. Well, that's not very good. Did this last time too, and I don't know why. It like locks the brakes up when they're cold. Oh, battery light's flashing, that's always good. Awesome, still making like 1 PSI. Brakes aren't locking up now, which is nice. Battery light's still flashing. What is into it? Okay, so with the truck up and running, now I'm trying to get a creature comfort in here. I got a bit of time, so I got this old JVC head unit. Doesn't even have an auxiliary in that I know of. Nope, those are all line out, so I have to get a radio transmitter or something for it. But it was free. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll just grind out a slot down there. We can live down there. Okay, so after all of that wiring, look at that. Look how okay that looks. This old JVC is not putting out sounds, turning on, put a CD in it, doesn't want to, ooh, I should take the CD out. But it doesn't want to work. I don't know why. I tested all the wires, everything seems to be fine. So I went and saw my stepdad, he's always bailing me out. Found this old beast, which is a COS. Comes with the remote. Only problem is I gotta cut all the wiring off and redo it all again. So that's what I'm gonna try. I'll try once more to get the stereo working, but it sounds like that's what I'm going for. Yippee! All right, let's see if I can get any sound out of this beast. Oh, that's a good sign. Okay, so dead serious, I had this thing working. I went to go get the remote, get a battery for it, and I come back, well, the remote works, because it'll change stations and shit. No fucking sound, literally, like, everything was working. I go back in, nothing is working now. Fuses are all good, connections are all still there. I have no idea what the hell happened. Now it's working, so think it's this plug. You can hear me. So, see what happens now. Okay, so.
Sounds quite like.
Sweet! Everything's working except for that speaker. Okay, new day. This is the Wednesday before. It's raining, which is lovely. But we are basically getting ready to go. So I got the Suburban, got all the plate stuff done for it. The car is loaded up, everything's ratcheted down. So now it's just a matter of drive it out to Dunlop Automotive and yeah, go from there. Pretty excited. So it'll be kind of the maiden voyage of everything on the truck. I had a small coolant leak, fix that. But I'm gonna drive out to JD's and then we're gonna wrench on that tonight and possibly this tonight. So should be fun.
A few moments later.
Well, to add to all the interest, the truck died going down the highway. I have no idea what happened yet. The dash lights are on, the ignition is off. Nothing wants to work, so I think something fried, but I'm gonna have to look into this. Fuck's sakes. Okay, so after tearing everything apart electrical, like the lower dash, the radio out, pretty sure I figured out what the problem was. This bolt in the back of the alternator, if you can see it right there, that came out. So what was happening is this was flipping down and you can see where that nut is in the back. It was grounding out. So I'm gonna try and find something to go in there. And then my nut on the starter, way down here that I was fighting with forever, has come loose. So I've got to see if I can tighten it down. And yeah, I called JD. He said he would come out and give me a hand, but I think if I can get that and then find a bolt to go through, I should be okay. So, fuck! Whew. I love project vehicles. All right, I zip tied the wire back into place just to hold it. I have no idea if this is gonna work. No. I have lots of voltage, it looks like, but I'm not getting that trigger. It's not even clicking, so. Fuck. All right. Keep figuring it out. Yeah, it's the main. That's where the starter is.
You let it sit for a while, it'll probably charge it.
Well, the alternator was working up until...
That's a 300 amp.
Oh, okay. I just want to see if the starter cranks at all. That's my main thing.
This has 2 batteries.
Yeah.
The other one's in the trunk. Very box.
Oh, really? All right, well, I'm going to see if it'll even crank. Because if it doesn't, then we got bigger fish to fry. No cranking.
Say no cranking?
Nope.
You're trying it there?
So, I'll explain more later, but I'm an idiot, as per usual. This should start. I don't even know if I want to talk about it, but I fixed some things, Scott fixed some things, JD fixed some. We all did our part. That's all that matters here.
I'm just here to ridicule
Do you want me to try and start this now? All right. Hey, look at all the gauges work properly. It's not cranking now. I bet you that. All right. Try it again. What is going on down there? Do you want me to crank it? Yeah! Oh, I got pictures, don't worry. It made it. That was so impressive. So yeah, that was fun. Learned a lot about the truck. So you're thinking just that one trigger line, I've got to crank that down?
Yeah, so obviously
That little tiny nut and fix that ground.
it's on the starter, and then we need to get a good ground to the engine.
Okay, so just a longer bolt to go into there and that should be good?
Yeah, hopefully. What's happened?
Good thing I didn't put that fender cover back on.
That's what I said to Scott. I'm like, yeah.
Fuck, it's sitting in the back.
It's
It's sitting in the back. I almost did. Talking about scary though, coming down that hill and having like no brakes, no steering. Cause like the radio on, I was like, huh, that's weird. And I go to touch the brakes and like, those aren't working. No fucking trailer brake, nothing. Oh, it was great. So, all right, well, I might try and run that down and fix this while we're here, while it's daylight, and then we'll bring the turbo coupe in. And I owe everybody at least a round of coffee. All right, so we don't have a ton to do. We want to do an alignment because right now there's a lot of issues. See, look, tire A, tire B. I don't know if you can tell from that, but it is towed out incredibly heavily. Oh. Scott wants to get the alignment done. We do need to swap out tires. I want to throw another 5 degrees of timing into this because the internet says I can throw up to 8, but I think 5. We run 94 in it. That looks like it'll work. Yeah, I say, yeah, we'll run 94 in it. It'll be a nice cool day, so we shouldn't get any pre-debt. In the meantime, I might just unload some tires and get things swapped out. Okay, so on the starter side of things, this is the starter solenoid. This was the terminal that is dead, so we had to take this apart to get in there, to take that terminal out so I can put a new post on, so I can connect everything back together, and I can drive home. I'm not gonna lie, I was hell-bent and determined to get this back together and or take this apart and get it fixed, and so far I've done it. What's everybody else doing? Because I filmed like nothing so far. Scott is still tirelessly working on this terrible alignment. We found okay. Scott's done the alignment. JD is doing something that we're not going to talk about because people on the internet will get mad. Let's just say we're taking our run through.
Adjusting the drift brake.
Yes, we're making it more reliable than it was. It's safer now. Yeah, and that's things are going well. Surprisingly, although I was ready to kill myself with this, but this is good, so we're good. Yay, go team. Okay, let's see if I know how to fix things. The general consensus is no, but we're gonna see if this solenoid is gonna fire.
I'm gonna say no. Because I can feel it doing stuff.
This is the positive post, that's the power post.
Yeah, that's your power in. Right, so we're just bypassing it.
So it should be this one, because that's your trigger wire.
I can feel it doing stuff.
Is it?
Yeah. You need the booster cables.
Okay. All right. Car's back together. Throw out new fronts. Got some new rears mounted up. Some fun stuff we're going to try out. Some winners, some non-winners. I think we got enough. We've got 6 rears. JD, after finding out that the solenoid retails for $500, has decided that he is going to try and fix it. So we're going to see what happens there. I am going to go on a closed course with professional drivers. Go make sure that the handbrake is working because we now have installed a remote reservoir. That's awesome. Not sketchy at all. So I think that's the plan. Let's go try that.
It runs like such a fucking heap of shit when it's cold.
Okay, so after we found out that a new solenoid is going to cost me $500 to get it tomorrow.
$576?
Yeah, look at
76.
Look at science.
Not science.
Science. No. Cut to science. Science.
Build on the science guy.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Man, listen to that thing purr. Thanks, buddy. All right, we got the starter in, it runs, car's on the trailer. I'm gonna go home, Scott's gonna go home. Everyone's gonna go home, and then I got more packing to do for the next 2 days, so I'll take you guys along for that. And then, yeah, then it's drifting time. Drifts Driftsgiving. I almost called it Driftmas. That's a different time. Okay guys, into the next day. Drive home last night went pretty well. Two things happened. One, I'm low on coolant again, which means I'm leaking. We did find that there was a crack down here, so I'm really hoping that's easy to fix. Yeah, it's like almost empty, so that's not any fucking good. And then I threw an engine code as well. So I have to figure out where the coolant leak is from and figure out what the engine code is. One might mean the other. I'm not sure, but that is what I have to do. So I'm gonna fill that back up. Hopefully you guys can see this, but right in there, you can see there's a little crack on that neck. And then on this side, there was another bolt and it was fairly loose. It's so hard to see in there, but I'm hoping that's what it is those two. I'm gonna turn this back on and run it. Also, my check engine light turned off, which is good. This is an OBD1, last year's the OBD1s. So what's nice is to check the codes on this one. Actually, I'll show you guys here really quick, because it's kind of neat. You don't need a reader. Right in here, this bad boy, come on, focus. This bad boy, there's two slots, the top right, put a pin in there, turn it on, and that bad boy starts to flash up there. The CEL check engine light does. And then we're good. So, yeah, but it doesn't seem to be doing it now. So I'm gonna need to turn this back on and check for leaks again. Okay, so I tore all this out to figure out what the issue is, and it's pretty clear. This gasket just did not hold up. Whether that was me not putting it on properly, which is more than likely, or something happened, but it was weak and coolant was getting past it, and that was my coolant leak. So I'm gonna redo all of these gaskets again. Yeah, Noodle. Listen to the manufacturer's suggestion on the back about how long I should wait and before I should torque it down, and go from there. That is my plan. So clean all this up and do it again. Figured I'd come by to check to see how the RTV was doing, and unfortunately found that. So this water neck piece essentially is broken. It's broken right off. That tab is gone. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do now. I have no clue what I'm gonna do. Oh, fuck. Okay, so I've JB welded, RTV'd the fuck out of everything. I gotta see if this is gonna work. What I did find out though is part of my problem was there's water getting into the hole, and it is a lined hole. So when I thought I was tightening things down, I wasn't. I was just like putting pressure. I was like, trying to compress coolant essentially. So I blew out all of it. I spaced things up a little bit so that way, just to ensure. Right now, just kind of squeezing things. I'm not noticing any liquid. I might see a little touch over there, but I'm gonna fire things up and see what happens. That's all I can do. If this doesn't work, I have no idea. I may not even be going drifting this weekend, which would really blow, but fuck, at this point it is what it is. So I don't know. I'm gonna fire it up and see what happens. Okay, so as of this current moment, it's not leaking. What I am gonna do though is probably run and grab a bottle of coolant stop leak of some kind, just in case. I'm gonna throw it in there. Fuck it, it's cheap insurance. I still have so much shit to do. So I haven't hooked up the weight distribution hitch at all yet. I haven't packed. This thing is dirty as hell. It needs to be vacuumed out. I'm supposed to be cooking this weekend, well, my wife is as well. She's just gone to get everything so we can cook, because I didn't even know if we were gonna go. Sorry this isn't like a lot of mechanical stuff. This is just like pure drama. Fuck, I kind of feel bad for you guys, but I don't know, maybe this is what you want to see. This is what it's like to go through to get to one drift event. That's all I'm doing. I'm literally going out for one day. It's 4 hours each way. I put, I don't know how much fucking time into this thing. So yeah, this is a very dramatic vlog. So we'll see what happens. That's all I can say. I gotta take it for a drive and get fuel into it and all that shit anyway, so see what happens. Okay, everything's set, cured, pressure tested. Me and the little dude, we're gonna go take a quick test run and see if everything works well. We'll get some fuel into her and go from there, but I think I'm just gonna back road it into town and see what happens. Okay, so everything's holding up nicely. So we figured, might as well clean this beast out.
Yep.
Give her a good vacuum.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so that's the plan. Okay guys, after several test drives, Suburban seems to be good to go. So tomorrow I will be getting that all loaded up and heading out to the track with the Drift Chicken and the family, and it should be a good time. I did have a small issue where it didn't want to go into overdrive, but I had to kind of fiddle with the shifter a bit and it seemed to kick in. So I think just the cable is a little slacked out after a long period of time. But that's it for me. That's it for tonight. All I got left to do is load things up and we're good to go. So as long as that goes well, then I should be at the track. So thanks again guys for watching. Make sure to check out the next episode where we're going to be actually drifting the car and going to be meeting up with all of our friends from all the different YouTube channels and stuff like that. Shouts out to all my buddies that are going to be out there. Colin, Shorky, Sean, Fred, everybody. Anybody, I know I'm missing a bunch of guys. Ignited Garage is going to be out there too. So pretty pumped. It should be good. And if you're into drifting content, then you get to meet a whole bunch of new YouTubers and stuff like that. And hopefully, we destroy the Drift Chicken, because I don't really want to drive it next year. I got something else in the works, so yeah, I don't think it's gonna last. Sorry, Drift Chicken. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Make sure to check out all the videos Mondays and Fridays. Make sure to check out our podcast from Wednesday. It was a really good one, especially if you're into grassroots drifting. Really good episode, a lot of good info in there. Anyways, thanks again, guys, for watching. Catch you next time.